Hey Papa, how you doing?
Hey LJ, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm gonna ask you some questions about Black History Month.
Okay.
What does your mom and dad do for a living?
Well, my dad worked for a company called International Harvester. They used to make heavy equipment and things like that, bulldozers and things. My mother, she was a stay-at-home mom, but there was times that she did domestic work and stuff as well, where she would clean houses and things like that at times, and do laundry for folks.
How long have you lived in DuPage County?
Actually, my family has been in DuPage County since 1896. I remember my parents saying the first house that they bought. It was a smaller house, and the realtor wasn't going to sell it to them. And the man who owned the house was black, and when he heard that they weren't going to sell it to him, he sold it to them outright. And then as our family started to grow, the next block over there is this lady named Mrs. Barnes. And her husband had passed, and her kids were all grown, and she had a larger home. So because there was no open housing in DuPage County back then, they just more or less almost did a swap for a mortgage. There was a jewelry store that I think if it's still in business in Wheaton called Stone's Jewelry. They held the mortgage to my parents' house. And they had it set up that if they were late one time on a payment, that they could take the house. And since things were pretty segregated, you know, most of the black folks lived in one area in Wheaton. But you had these different ones who came out that were college educated, and they saw the inequities that were going on in DuPage County. So through the NAACP and different things, open housing now exists.
Where have you traveled to as a kid?
I didn't travel much as a kid. The money just wasn't there, but we would go to family reunions. Mom's family. They had the first family reunion when I was 3 years old at our house in Glen Ellen. And it was after my grandfather had passed. And all of her siblings said they only get together when someone dies or there's a wedding. So they made an agreement at that point in time that they would get together at least once a year. And that has taken place for over 65 consecutive years now. And it's been pretty cool. There's family officers, family directory, you know, keeping track of the family tree. The family's been incorporated to where when we do travel for reunions, we always have a family meeting, and you could write it off as like a business trip even. I want you to know, you know, you're a part of that history now of my family being in this area.
Thank you for letting me do this interview.
Oh, you're welcome, LJ. Thank you for doing it, because, you know, you're the one who put me on the pawpaw map. You know, you're my firstborn grandchild, grandson, and couldn't have been blessed with a better one.